This time we're going to talk about sweat secretion, so these sudoriferous glands. Sudoriferous glands. These are these different sweat glands. So we're going to see what's in the different sweat, what's its purpose, the what and the why. Let me write them up. Okay, so these are our 4 classes of sweat glands. We want to see where are they at in the body, what are they producing, why are they producing it. So these eccrine glands, these are our most numerous. So we find lots of these. So I'm just going to write numbers, number signs. These are numerous in the body. And these are going to produce a liquid solution so basically a watery secretion that's going to be used to cool us. So this is involved in, these are involved in thermoregulation. From Unit 1, we talked about properties of water having a high heat capacity as well as a high heat of vaporization. So as it's going from liquid to gas, as it's vaporizing, it's going to carry a lot of heat with it, and so once it goes to that gas form and the wind blows by, that's evaporation where we're cooling off. So that's the system that humans use to cool off. We put heat into water, we vaporize that water, and then we blow that water away when it's in its water vapor gas form off of our skin. So that's going to carry heat away from us. So eccrine sudoriferous glands, eccrine sweat glands, whatever you want to say, they're numerous, they're all over the body, and these are involved in thermoregulation. Apocrine glands, where are they? They're where we get moist, so place like the armpits and between the legs. Why would we find them there? Think about whenever you're running, what happens eventually to between your legs and in between your armpits, or in between your arms at your armpits. You'll get chafing. So after long periods of running or friction, whatever, our ancestors were running through the jungles or running around the deserts or the bush. So there was a lot of chafing going on. So these produce a secretion that help with friction. So these help prevent chafing. So that's one thing that they function in. The other thing that they function in, they have these things called pheromones in them. So these pheromones are attractive chemicals. So this is wherever he said the example of, it's interesting sometimes when you're working out at a gym and you see someone sweaty, normally you think, man, they look disgusting, I wouldn't want to be around them, but because of these pheromones, you might have this attraction to someone. And then the other note about these are these make an odorless secretion. But why do we have body odor? This is because bacteria feed on this secretion. So feed on the sweat basically. And then it produces an odor. So these aren't functioning in thermoregulation. They're just creating this secretion to help us prevent chafing in these high friction areas like our armpits and between our legs. They have these pheromones, these attractive chemicals linked to them, and then this secretion is odorless, but we get an odor because there's bacteria on our skin that feed on this secretion. Alright, next we have ceruminous glands. So ceruminous glands, they're modified sweat glands, so they're going to produce a waxy secretion. Instead of this liquidy, watery secretion, these are going to produce a waxy secretion called cerumen. Cerumen is earwax. So it's going to function in 2 things. One, it's going to function from preventing anything from entering the ear canal. So entry to ear canal. And I guess we'll say no entry to the ear canal. The other thing it does is it dampens loud noises. So it helps act as like a sound filter. So if I draw an ear, I have this ear canal. It's called the external auditory canal, and it leads up to this eardrum. And then past the eardrum, we have all this stuff, and there's eventually a linkage to the brain. So just remember we don't want things getting to our brain. So we build up this cerumen, this earwax. And if we had some sort of pathogen come in or some sort of virus, then this earwax would trap it, preventing entry to important stuff of our body. All right, those are ceruminous glands. Next, we have mammary glands. So mammary glands are producing breast milk. So breast milk, what is it? It's modified sweat. How is it modified? How is this watery secretion modified? It's rich in proteins and it's rich in fats. Also has some antibodies in there, so we get some immunity protection. Cool. Mammary glands start once you have a kid, and they stop whenever the kid basically stops suckling, which is this attachment to the nipple, and that pressure causes activation of these mammary glands to continue making milk. So these mammary glands, modified sweat, rich in protein, fats, and these immune things, these antibodies.